transition stages. So we are in Thika, and if you've traveled to Nyeri, where you see Del Monte shops, that is where we are. And we are happy to be here. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Eunice.
Irene, I have a question for you, because I'm sure maybe other people didn't understand like me. When you say mental health, are you saying, okay, who has a mental health issue? Are you calling people who are healthy or people who are sick?
Thank you for that. Let me clarify. We do have a hospital where we offer treatment, for people who are in that stage who require treatment. We have that bulk of our work outreach. We do have preventative care. We may all think that, oh, I don't need mental health. Who needs mental health? But what we actually have, it is a kind of mental awareness, mental empowerment for people like FOG, as we call it. And FOG is how we make decisions based on our fears, our obligations, and guilt. And so not necessarily people who are ill, who need treatment, but a bulk of our work is to create that awareness and empowerment. So thank you for asking for.
So if I feel overwhelmed, I can see you. I don't have to be sick.
You don't have to.
All right. Thank you so much, Irene. There was someone who had raised her hand and it went down. I didn't want to close you out. Was it Margaret? Okay. I think she's disappeared. So for the rest, you missed the opportunity because you didn't volunteer quickly. Please put your introduction on the chat. Go through the chats and see who is in the room. At 20X, we like to give opportunity for people to network, for people to, if you can close sales here, like the Matumbo one, I'm sure I'm already seeing people smiling like they want the Matumbo. Those who make women feel good. Irene, are you saying that you don't have to feel sick to call her? If you're just feeling overwhelmed because business inakuwa tough sana, she could be a right person to talk to. So when you get such opportunity, please be volunteering quickly. So today I want to introduce the 20X team. Before I introduce myself, I would like to call, start with Derek, and then Juliana. Is Alison here? Please go ahead, Derek, introduce yourself so that people can get to know who we are.
Yes, my name is Derek Gadrimo. I am the digital marketing specialist at 20X, and it's nice to be here. It's nice to be here.
Awesome. Thank you, Derek. Is Alison here? No, okay, Juliana, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Juliana Mutesia. I work at 20X, who is our customer, anyone who wants to sell or is struggling with sales. What solution do we offer? We show you how to sell and ensure that you do through some weeping and, through the whining. How do we do it? We have online courses that we take you through. We have mentoring and coaching, which is we have some defined courses and we have some one-on-one products depending on what you need. And where am I from? I'm speaking from Nairobi, but yes, of course, when we're on this space, we are all international citizens of this world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Juliana. So today we called you to have this conversation of how do you sell? Derek called it recession. I don't know how many of you are feeling like it's a recession. Let me just hear a few people. What are you feeling about the environment currently in Kenya? I had seen Patricia come out and then she disappeared. No, let me talk to a gentleman. Only women have been speaking. Abraham, how is it for you? Abraham with Julie. You can unmute. I think he's struggling to unmute.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
So I was saying people are struggling with, we're supposed to be in a digital space because of everything is supposed to be, we're trying to save money at the moment because everything is a bit tough. But the thing is, people are still insisting on not changing at fast. So which is why, like my product I've introduced is VConnect. VConnect is an NFC business card that you're only going to buy one, and that's it. So you see that you have so many marketing people, and then you keep on buying maybe 1,000 cards a year or 500 cards a year. So it becomes expensive, and then you still have marketing material. You still have, you're not exactly getting what you're supposed to get from the client. So I've introduced an app called VConnect, which with that one card, it's a card you're going to buy basically for life. You can change anything and everything you want. You can put your social media on that card, which is one of those things that now makes it even faster. When I'm meeting with you, I can actually know who you are by just easily clicking all your links and know, this is a person, this is what they do. Because that's where we are right now. We always tell you, send me a link. When people give out business cards, I can lose it in the car. Materials, sometimes I don't carry. So I'm trying to reach that place where we're like, why can't we have one thing that has your business card, your social media, your website, and your marketing material that you want, and you can add it as you wish. That's what I've introduced. So that
Awesome.
you see one card that is 5,000, but that one card is that's it. You're never going to buy another card. So now it's just there are different types of cards. But if you look at it in a way where you're always doing business cards, always doing marketing material, it makes a lot of sense.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So how are sales for you? Are they, let's give one word to describe how selling is for you right now in Kenya.
At the moment, I think a lot of people do not know what I've introduced. So I have to meet with a lot of people and explain what NFC is because most people don't know. So that's, I think, where I'm kind of struggling. So people say, okay, then they're trying to get there. You see, once the concept is gotten, I think I need to do an education of marketing. Once people get what it is, they'll understand how much they can save. And especially people with big companies. If you have like 20 marketing people or 100 marketing people, how much are you spending? I'm telling you, I can cut your cost.
All right.
And I can
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Abraham.
Thanks so much for that opportunity.
All right. Anthony Robert, I'm just calling the men because they're not volunteering. How is sales for you? One word.
Challenging.
Currently.
It's very challenging.
Sorry?
Because people are still complaining they are in a post-COVID period. What I do, I'm in coffee. I've been trying to do an event in the coffee space, a big event in the coffee. So we've approached quite a number of people, companies that claim that they're still recovering from COVID. So sales have been challenging. But we're also dealing with a company from Malaysia that is also doing coffee, infused coffee with herbs, healthy coffee, both for families and both for men. So I'm in nutrition and wellness.
Both for family and both for men?
Yes, there's a coffee we have for men that takes care of post-trade issues, physical endurance. And we have a coffee called butterscotch coffee for families because we're keen to increase the coffee consumption in Kenya, which is currently sitting at 3% of the total coffee production compared to Ethiopia, which is 50 to 55%. So our task is to improve coffee consumption in Kenya. So we have a coffee strictly for families, also for young, for kids of 4 years or 8 years old. So yeah, that's my space, and sales have been challenging. And so we are looking for alternatives to increase our sales and work with people who are very elaborate and very effective in that area. So
awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
Dennis Akamau, I can see you. How is sales for you?
Good evening, everyone. Dennis from Boltex. I'm the tailor in the house. I do uniforms from school uniforms to industrial PPEs to clergy attires, to mention but a few. For me, I'll say sales is like an art because most of our business is through, let's say like walk-ins and also let's say like referrals. And now from the other big organizations whereby we have to go and scout for this business. Yeah, so even if it's not that good, but for us, sales is a nut, of which our sales team needs to be on top notch to ensure that we get these clients. Yeah, that's Boltex in a nutshell.
Awesome. Thank you, Dennis. All right. And I know all of you have many stories about how your sales are doing. Dennis says sales is an art. In 20X, we say it is a science. And you know, no one is right or wrong. It's just how you see it. All right. So I'm going to just take you through some tips that you could use at this moment, because clearly everybody is looking for how can I increase, how can I maximize sales? Just a few tips, quite generic, and of course we can go specific based on your needs and your product. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes, we can.
just a few strategies I want to share on selling in the, I like to put it in quotes, recession economy. Everyone is complaining it's post-COVID. Others are complaining it's post-election. There's all manner of complaints all over. How do we still sell? Because businesses still need to survive. So we have to sell. There's no option. We just have to sell and keep selling more. So at the end of this session, I want us to understand why we must sell. I know you know why you must sell, because your business needs to survive. Go deeper and have a strong why, even when things are difficult, why we must wake up and keep selling. 5 strategies on selling during these uncertain times, and a clear path to your sales growth. So why must we sell? 1, because nothing happens until someone sells something. And come to think of it, we are all in a selling, business. We are all selling something. If you're a parent, you're selling, good behavior to your kids. You want them to behave well so that they can become better people in life. If you're a child, you're selling to your parents how they can give you more pocket money. Everybody is selling something, because nothing happens until someone sells something. So it doesn't matter how beautiful the product you have is, you must get it to the customer. And there's also why we must sell is because it's about listening. There's a misconception that selling is about talking. And at 20X, we say selling is not telling. And selling is not posting. So many times when we meet people face to face, we want to tell them. When we're meeting them online, we want to post. So it's still another way of telling, but now you're doing it digitally. So that is not selling. Selling is about listening. So you listen to what are the customers saying. Yes, it is uncertain times, that's what they're saying, but there's a deeper thing that they're saying. And I believe God gave us 2 ears, 2 eyes, a mind and a heart, so that we can listen. 2 ears to hear, 2 eyes to observe, a mind to, to process and to comprehend, and a heart to feel what they are feeling, to empathize. So until you use all those faculties to listen, you will not hear what the customers are not saying. Because people don't say, when people speak, they don't say everything. There are things they leave out. So you need to hear. And when you listen, then you understand what the problem is. For example, who is selling coffee? He's selling coffee. Why are people not uptaking coffee? Yet we've been growing coffee for all these years. If you listen carefully, you'll get to understand why they're not buying coffee. What are their challenges? What are the opportunities? And then you provide the solution for that. And I look at selling as a service to others. It's our way of serving. The pastors in church are doing full-time ministry. As we're doing full-time ministry here, helping people get what they want, okay? So ours is to listen, what do people want, and provide it to them. So if you look at selling as a service, then it stops being work. It becomes something that you do on a daily basis. And that's what you want it to do. just wake up. Don't look at, because you're the business owner, are selling as that thing that my salespeople do. It should be the natural thing that you do as a business leader. And of course, it puts you ahead of the pack because your business will grow, you'll make more money, and customers will trust you more when you sell more. And finally, it's about helping your customers succeed with your product. The challenge that we see in the market is that you sell and then you leave your customer, you don't follow up, find out, yes, I bought this coffee for men. Did it work? Did it help? You need to follow up to ensure that I am succeeding with your product. So that is our reason why you must sell. And I'm sure you have many other reasons to sell. So the question is, why are we not selling as much as we want to sell? And a few people have talked, and I would like to hear more. Angelica, why do you think, first of all, are you meeting your sales targets? And if you are meeting, why are you meeting them? If you're not, are you not?
Hi, everyone. It's nice to be here. I'd say, let me introduce myself so that you can understand where I'm coming from. I am a tours and travel consultant. So what we do is we sell flight bookings, hotel accommodation, safaris, that is locally and globally. Let me be very honest that we are not meeting our targets. Why? Somebody else has mentioned about post-COVID, post-election, post-everything. And with how the economy has been, I think people have started to re-strategize on what their priorities are. And travel is not a priority to some people. And to most people, it is not a priority. Because when you put your needs on the table, you put the needs first, not the wants. So basically, the people that have been left traveling are the people whose travel is a need. They need to attend a meeting, which is a must. They cannot do it online. Some people have some spare money to do a holiday. They want to attend a convention. So you've been left with that thin line that actually needs to travel. However, also not being able to put your best foot forward on matters, knowing what do clients want. Am I actually giving clients what they want? Or am I giving them what is easy for me to sell? So for me, when we talk about sales, when I do my introductions or whatever, I say that I like doing bespoke safaris. Why do I do that? Because other than tell you to go to the Mara, go to Tanzania, something that I've been selling and I can sell from my sleep, I want to listen to the client first, understand where they are coming from, what is their budget, what do they want to accomplish with this safari, then I tailor make it to their expectation. So we do bespoke, we don't mass market, we don't mass sell. And not meeting our targets is probably because of the economic, how the economy has been. But I'm happy to say on the global level, we've got a lot of inquiries and interest for people to come to Kenya during summer from June, July, and next year going forward. It looks like a good time for tourism to recover. So basically we are looking forward. Yeah, thank you so much. And back to you.
Awesome, Angelica. Awesome. And I'll just share a few reasons why I think many of you are not meeting targets. And one of the, note, these are my reasons based on the observation I've seen with the many people I've worked with in sales. Number one is that sales are accidental. What do I mean by accidental? You know, an accident happens once in a long time, isn't it? And many times we, the business owners or the salespeople, we want sales to happen. You know, you're like, sales are not coming, sales are not happening. You are expecting them to happen, just like an accident. And even when they happen, you don't know how they happen because it was an accident. So this lack of intentionality of what happens when, you know, at 20X, you say that sales is a science. And because it is a science, there are certain things you need to do for you to get certain results. So we measure everything. When we do this webinar, what exactly worked, what did not work? So you stop making accidental sales and start making intentional sales. You're in control of your sales process. You know, how do I, attract my customers? Remember, people buy from people they know, like and trust. How do I make people know us? How do I make them like us? How do I make us trust us so that they can buy? So that it's no longer accidental. It's a proper process onto how it begins and how it ends and how, the cycle goes. The other reason I think you're not meeting target, and you can correct me if you have a different, and also if you have other reasons why you're not selling. Because majority, I've just talked about the accidental, and majority of you do not track or measure what is done and what is not done. Actually, we are able to measure what happens. You can tell I made this number of sales, but why I made these sales, do you know why that sale happened? Because as much as you're asking your salespeople why they are not meeting targets, you need to ask them why. You need to understand why when they meet the targets, they meet the target. When they close that deal, why did they close that deal? Why are we asking this question? Because understanding why and how you closed will help you know what do you need to scale. You closed this customer. What kind of a customer was that? How did you close them? What did you do different? So that then next time, how do we scale this? How do we tweak it? Okay. The other reason I think majority of salespeople and business owners, we have important goals. What does important goals mean? That we have goals that are not very inspiring. What I mean by this is we are working to pay bills. How inspiring is working so hard to pay bills? Let me hear. How inspiring is that? Let me ask, I want to ask, who wants to answer that question? It's an opportunity to just market yourself when you answer a question. When you go to search forum, just answer questions and you see. Who wants to answer that quickly? How inspiring? How do you feel? Do you feel inspired when you're working to pay bills? When you know that, oh God, I have salaries to pay, I have bills to pay. How is that for you? John Goloma. John, are you there? Now, in my class, you don't join and then disappear. I'll call your name when you're not prepared. Anytime you join, just know that you'll be called. Yes, Irene, go ahead.
No, it is not inspiring at all. Actually, I do not like it. Motivation when I'm working to pay bills, because I am on survival. Motivation that time is just to survive. So when you talk about hearing what the customer is solution they're looking for, seeing them and seeing their need, and even processing that and actually feeling the emotion they have that expresses their need, I can do that when I'm on survival mode. And so, yeah, I would rather not.
Exactly. Yeah. But you notice that majority of the businesses we are on survival mode. So when you're on survival mode, what happens? You are not able to hear the customer because you just have to close this deal, and then the more you want to close it, the more it disappears from you, because you see, even the customer feels it. You feel that, oh my God, this guy, we need to think beyond the bill so that then we will surpass the bills and do other bigger things. So I think that hinders us from selling, because sales is transfer of energy. So the energy you feel, if you feel overwhelmed, that is what your customer will feel. And it will not be different. So we need to change and set inspiring goals, have reasons that are beyond the bills, have a strong why. Why are you selling? Why are you, in the market? Why are you waking up that early? I like to wake up to just make people sell more, and when I meet you on the street, Like, of course, if I know you, I'll meet you, I'll ask you, are you selling? Because this is all I want you to do. It's beyond just paying the bills. The other reason is that when you sell to everybody, when you're selling to everybody means that you sell to nobody. So your customers are not everybody. You're not called to serve everybody. You are unique, you're special, you're supposed to be serving a unique niche, specific people who have specific needs. So be clear on who it is that you serve. Okay, so those are some of the reasons that I think you're not selling. And you can tell me more other reasons. Okay. So I just share a little. I know I haven't introduced myself. I just quickly introduce myself. It's a long journey. I just quickly say that I'm a scientist. I studied chemistry and mathematics in Chiromo. So we share a campus with the president. That's a good thing, isn't it? A certified Microsoft system engineer, done all the technical courses, including coding, and even did web design, but those were those days. So I'm no longer very tech, because now tech has changed. It's ChatGPT now. It's changing every day. And of course, it's very inspiring, the space we are getting into. Trained trainer, and having worked as a trainer for over 6 years. And then I wanted to make more money. And I realized that selling is the only way to make more money. And it's the gateway to become an entrepreneur. So I started selling life insurance. That's my first selling job, and it was very hard. I did not sell anything for the first 3 months. On the 4th month, I sold 4 policies, and then another 3 months I did not sell, because I not figured out, how do you sell? What is this science? What is this process that I need to do so that I keep selling consistently and predictably? And what we've done in 20X is to document all this journey, because moving from trainer, a different sector, to selling, and what is this that changed? What is this that we did to be able to get the results that we got? And I was very successful in selling life insurance. If you go to the AKI database, you'll see I was one of the top sales agents in Kenya. Motion to be country sales manager in microinsurance. In that company, it was making millions of losses. And within my first year, we were able to turn around to make over 30 million profit. What that means is that I had to work with other people, not only me, but work with other departments that enable sales. And one of the things that we train at 20X is, how do you have your other employees, not just the salespeople, the accountant, the finance, the marketing, the tech, how do you get them to be able to enable the selling so that the whole organization is thinking sales? There are those who support sales, and there are those who actually are in the front line, but everybody needs to be thinking sales. So I'm also an author of 2 books, Sell Me This Pen, which is your sales Bible, and Entrepreneurship Hits and Misses. So that's a brief description of who your trainer today is. And the systems and processes we set at 20X are based on, our own Kenyan experience selling in Kenya. So, so you're at home. So why 20X? Why do we call 20X Entrepreneur 20X? Because it's based on my own personal experience, because I was able to grow my income from the training job. In less than 3 years, I was able to grow my income 20 times. So I believe that it is possible to grow 20 times. Now, this is a dream we have for you. Of course, you have your own dreams. We believe that given time, 3 to 5 years, and if you follow the science that we have documented, then you should be able to grow your sales 20 times. You move from survival to, excelling. So I'll quickly give you the 5 tips that I talked about that you need to apply in this time. You need to have a compelling vision, a big picture. Like I've said, our dream for you at 20X is 20 times. And that's why the name, that you want you to grow 20 times in 3 to 5 years. So we put mechanisms, including sitting with your teams. Some people we meet restructuring how you even pay your teams. We do so many things to be able to help you set yourself up to grow 20 times. So it's not an easy thing, but it is doable because we know how to do that and we can show you how to do that. So make your dream big, make it meaningful to you, share with others. You can share with us here. You can share with your other setups, your colleagues. I know in Kenya, we don't like sharing a lot because we fear people might, do things. I don't do that. I believe in sharing my vision. That's why, we are not afraid to say that we dream to grow your sales 20 times. And because it's a science, if you apply the science, then you should do it. Stay in touch with your vision. So one of the things that we help you do is to keep in touch with your vision by connecting your vision with your daily actions and being very intentional about it. Okay. Strategy number 2, understand your customer. Irene was talking about the customer. Angelica has also talked about knowing your customer. Who is this customer that you serve? Be very specific on this customer. Have a deeper understanding. What are their pains? What are their sorrows? What are their aspirations? What do they want to achieve? And how can you help them achieve what they want? People buy what they want, not what they need, because you have to appeal to their desire. When I started selling insurance, I was coming from an institution, a training institution, whereby we're training government officials, just name the who is who in this country. Those days when government was computerizing and people were struggling to understand the computers. We were the young people then, in our early 20s and training these people who are my age then, and I thought they were very old. And when I left, I talked to them and I told them I am now selling insurance. And they didn't want to talk to me again. So I had to figure out, I know they need insurance, but they don't want it. How do I change them to want this insurance? And that's when I figured that they want to have more money at the end of the month, after the month is over, than have more months after the money is over. So I started training them on personal financial planning, budgeting. And that is how they started queuing to come and buy insurance. Why? Because they saw how insurance helps them achieve their goals. And now in your sector, what is this that your customers want? They may need your product, but do they want it? It could be something else they want. Think about what they want and help them get what they want. And in the process, they will get this switch that they need. Okay? Strategy number 3, increase the touch point. We are living in an attention-driven generation. Everybody is trying for everybody's attention. People are posting, you're doing ads all over. There's so much noise all over. So how do you increase your touch points and make impact in every touch point? Research says that you need to have, before you close a business, you need to have 7 touch points. So how do you touch your customers? And for example, it could be you write stories about, or you educate them. Say you're doing coffee. What is the benefit of coffee? How can you educate us? Maybe you do that on email, and then you can do the same on WhatsApp. Then you can call us for a webinar and train us on coffee, different touch points, so that customers get to hear you more. They get to, remember, they will only buy if they trust you. So they need to know you, like you, and trust you. So increase that the multiple times that they hear from you, okay? Strategy number 4, empathize with them. As much as you're finding it difficult, you also find it difficult. Find out what it is they're going through. Put yourself in their shoes. What would you do in that situation? And, people don't care how much you know. People don't care about your product, but they care how you made them feel. So every time you meet your customer, because you need to be clear on who they are, make them feel something. And even the people who are not your customers, they're the ones who are going to tell your customers about you. Always make sure that you leave somebody feeling something. Maybe feeling wanted, feeling happy, or feeling angry, even making somebody feel angry is something, but you need to be intentional about it. Maybe you want to make them feel angry because of the state they're in. You know, if you're in health sector, you want them to feel angry that they have, you know, left themselves to, you know, not to take care of themselves. You know, just make somebody feel something. They will remember you for making them feel something. All right. And strategy number 5, keep learning, you know, keep coming for these webinars, find out what is happening, what can we do different, and keep improving, because when you stop learning, you stop growing. And bonus strategy, your health is your wealth. So keep fit, you know, go and see Irene Joroge. Do not wait until when you feel like, you know, you're losing it. We all need to see Irene, because at any given time, we feel overwhelmed and we need somebody to listen, somebody who is independent to listen. But most importantly, your physical health will translate into your mental health and into your, you know, every way. So keep your body moving so that you have high energy. I tell my students that I do not manage time, I manage my energy, because I want to be of the highest level, at the highest level of energy, whether it is 6:30 a.m. or 7 p.m. Like now, I've had like a series of trainings today, and my energy is still high. And of course, I haven't done my exercise, so I still have to do it before I sleep so that I keep maintaining the energy. So those are the 5 tips that I had for you. I want to find out, Fabi, are you here? Before I tell you how we can help you sell more, I wanted to
Yes, I'm here.
Please.
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. So Fabi is one of our students at one of the trainings called the 12 Weeks Sales Accelerator. I think she's gone through the 5-day sales challenge and now in the 12 Weeks Accelerator. So Fabi,
yes,
can we see you? Is it possible? Or
I'm in a very dark place,
okay.
and can you see me? My camera is on. You can see me. You can see
yes,
my
we can
feet.
see you. We actually can see you.
Uh-huh.
So tell us, how has it been since you joined 20X?
The journey is interesting. First, when I joined when I joined the 5-day challenge, it was a serious challenge to me because I have been in business for many years, and I thought I knew what I was doing, and I thought I was doing very well, and everybody who knew me commended my work. They knew I was doing very well, but between me and myself, I knew there was something that I was not doing, but I couldn't actually put I think a hand on it. I couldn't really touch it. What is it that I'm not doing? So sorry, I'm in a noisy place. So when I joined 20X, and we did that of finding the gap. Where is the gap? First, identifying what is it? What do we call it? When when we were identifying your dream, how to get that dream. So I had to really find out go deep and find out exactly why do I do what I do. This is something I had never sat down. I wrote dreams. I wrote things that I wanted to do, but I didn't know how. I've written them, yes. How do I achieve them? How do I bring them to fruition? How? But now when I joined the 20X and we did that 5-day challenge, I had to really go deep and scoop and tell myself the whole truth. And I had now to find out, wow, maybe now the business has begun. I saw even the records I was keeping, how I was keeping the records, how I was not doing well. I did my own, can I say, I did my own, how do I say, sort. I sorted myself and I saw, wow, I was not doing so well. So that one is a plus for me. Another thing that really happy, and I'm so happy, is the story, so the finding who my customer is. I thought everybody I know is my customer. And I thought everybody I know needs my product and wants my product. The point I never used to understand, why won't you want to take my supplements? Why won't you want to take supplements? Who do you think? I mean, what's wrong with you? So now I understand who my customer is. And when I'm talking to someone, I have targeted. I know who exactly my customer. I've sat down, identified my customer, and I know who that person is. I talk to that person because I know they need my product and they want it and they have the money for my product. That's the other thing that I'm so happy about. The other thing that I'm very, very happy about 20X is understanding who Fabi is, my personality, and understanding my customer's personality. There's a lot, really, there's a lot that I'm understanding, and the energy, what Eunice has been talking about, the energy. I'm in wellness and health industry, what I am in. I will tell everybody what to do, and I know what should be done, but I was not getting motivated. And I knew exercise is good, and I knew how good it is, but I was not getting motivated to do it myself. But after I joined 20X, I understood how my sales, how my business, how my money in the bank is attached to my health, that to my energy. So I had now, nobody is pushing me to wake up in the morning and do my exercise. I'm doing my exercise myself. I'm planning my work. I'm planning my day. As in, I've understood, I've gotten my purpose. Let me put it that way. So 20X has actually opened my eyes. I've attended so many trainings. I have watched so many videos. Internationally, and I've attended one, can I use this word, managed to scoop the thing, to open my eyes wider and to make me want to do what I'm doing better than 20X. So you need, this is pause, or
I think we lost you there, Debbie. Baby,
hello?
we lost you a bit there. Yeah.
And imagine I can hear you clearly.
Okay. We lost you there at where you were saying, Eunice, we had you mentioned the name Eunice.
You can't get me?
Yes, we can get you now. We can hear you now.
Get me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, what I'm saying now, this is a course I can recommend to everyone, all my friends, my relatives, my neighbors, my business partners, everyone of whatever nature, whatever business you're doing, you need 20X.
So
yes,
just a quick question, Fabi. Are you selling consistently? Because that's what people want to hear. Are you selling?
Yes. You see, now that I discovered that without sales, my goals cannot be met, I can't hide anymore. So I have forced to do even some things I never used to do. I'm forced to wake up and go out there and force myself to sell. I am selling more. And because now I know who my client is, and I know where I can, so simple and easy for me. Another thing that Eunice, that I have discovered, I've had it many times, even in the trainings I go, how to give my story, how I sell with stories. Salespeople are good storytellers. I didn't understand, why are we storytellers and how will stories convert into sales? I've discovered it is true stories that you sell. You share your story and you sell. So Eunice sales, I'm okay with myself. I'm okay with myself, and I'm seeing follow-ups and how to get the leads. All these, I'm now doing them with ease. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Fabi.
Yes.
Really appreciate Yes, so Fabi is one of our students. We have many, and we can't hear all of them today. And at this moment, if you have any questions, please type in the chat. I just wanted to take you through how we can help you grow your sales. And most importantly, to begin with, you have to make your sales consistent and predictable. That's a beginning. So we work on you as a person to be able to do, those small things that you don't like to do, so that because they add up. We normally say, take care of the minutes and the years will take care of themselves. So we're not so worried about 3 years becoming 20x. We are daily worried about, are you doing what you need to do today? So just quickly, I'll take you through how we help you. So number one, we have designed programs that are, group programs, group coaching sessions. The first one that Fabi was talking about is the 5-day sales challenge. We start with day one, looking at your customer, the freedom of just dreaming. We just allow you to dream and clarifying who is this person who will help you achieve this dream. Day two, we look at what you call the surprising math, the different ways of killing the cat, and how do you generate leads daily. So what Fabi did not tell you is that every week we meet. The question is, did you meet your lead target? Then day three is the 64-4 rule, because all customers are not the same. How do you treat different customers? Day four, we look at the objections. What kind of objections do you get? And the 20x blueprint. Why blueprint? Because this, as we said, sales is a science. So there's, after foundation, what next? You need to see, how do you grow to get to be the 20x entrepreneur? And then we look at how do you close the sale and how do you keep customers coming more and more. So that's the 5-day sales challenge. It is for business owners and also the salespeople, especially those who hate sales. This is for you, and you've been hiring and you're not getting the results you expect, or your income has stagnated, and you want to, kickstart that. Like someone like Fabi, who was doing, very well and then stagnated. This is for you. Okay. And then we have the 12-week sales accelerator. This is whereby we have 3 months review. Somebody please mute. And that's what Fabi is going through right now. We start with an audit to just understand your business, your product. How do you pay your people? How do you reward them, and give some recommendations? Then this continuous training, we have an e-learning platform where you learn daily through videos. And then there's one-on-one mentorship once a month, where we have a call with you and just to understand how you're doing. And then weekly accountability. Now, during our weekly accountability, we don't have many stories. It is the question of, you set this target. How far are you? Why are you not achieving? How can we support you? And of course, you network with your cohort members. It's a very exciting experience. So this is how the 12 weeks look like. We start with your vision. You get to know yourself, then know your customer, then you create a personal brand. This is where Fabi is talking about storytelling. And then we do attraction selling. This is where you stop pushing products and start attracting customers to you. And then we look at the conventional way, the Google ads and Facebook. How do you do that? So we look at both paid and organic. We trust more organic than paid because we want you to grow more and spend more spend less as you grow. And then we look at your sales and the marketing metrics, and we have recap and performance evaluation and graduation. And finally, for this, this is for business owners. We call it the Sales Leaders Mastermind. This is for sales managers and business owners only, and not for salespeople. Why? Because we look at your business model, we look at your marketing strategy, then your sales strategy, not just looking at it. We actually create this. In 4 weeks, you will be able to have a very clear business model, and you'll be able to see where you're leaving money on the table and how much you can get, if you look at your customer deeply. And then we create a marketing strategy, a very simple and executable strategy, a sales strategy, and then we have a recruitment and performance management system, because majority of business owners, you're not hiring because you think you can't afford salespeople. And we are able to show you how you can afford them and even help you through that process. And then we have 3 months accountability sessions. Every month we meet to talk about your business. Are you making sales? Are you, you said you're going to recruit this number of people. Did you recruit? What was the challenge? And just support you through that. Okay. So these are the offers that we have. The 5-day sales challenge cost value is 15,000 shillings, but the dates are wrong. We already started this date, so just ignore the dates. It's 5,000 shillings currently. Then we have tactics. After you do the 5-day sales challenge, you graduate to the tactics, depending on what level of the blueprint you are, which is 5,000 shillings at the moment. Then the 12 weeks accelerator, the cost value is 150,000. We charge it for 45,000. Again, this is 3 months just with us. It's group coaching, so and virtual. And then the mastermind, this is where we will not just give you a document, but we will help you execute the things that you say that you will do. That's 60,000. This one, the mastermind, we only take 10 people at a cohort. So that is how we can start. And so the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So please, I know Derek will put our contacts on the chat. Please call us and tell us where you feel we can support you. And we also have customized trainings and customized consultancy depending on your needs. All right, any questions? Let me see the questions. It's 8:02. I'll be releasing you in the next few minutes. So are there any questions? Do you see any questions on the chat? Please put the link, our contacts on the chat so that people can get in touch, but we'll share with you this recording on your email and on your WhatsApp if you left the correct phone number so that we can keep in touch. Any questions, Maswali? In training, we say when you see people not asking questions, it's either they have understood everything or they did not understand anything. So which one are you?
Eunice, there's a question from Okundi.
Okay. What happens whereby you started a business without a model? We will figure it out. Don't worry. We'll see what you'll be able to now. Thank you, Anthony. Awesome. Sharon, can you stop to evaluate your progress post the first? I didn't understand this question, Sharon Bugwa. Can you stop to evaluate your progress post the first 5K session? What is the question? You can unmute, Sharon, and ask the question. Yes, the first session, the 5-day sales challenge is the one that is 5,000 shillings. We do this we skip 1 week. So we do it twice a month, the 5-day sales challenge. Every month we
do sessions.
Anthony is asking, is storytelling a skill salespeople should develop? Facts tell, stories sell. Yes, actually, we train you how to combine the facts and the stories so that your story is also truthful. So you don't want to tell lies, you know, and it is also factual. So we mix the two. It's a very important skill in this generation whereby attention is so small. You know, the attention span is so 3 seconds. So if you send an advert, people will not do anything. But when you write a story, you connect with their heart and their mind, and then they trust you. Abraham, really enjoyed this, appreciated. Thank you so much, Abraham. Sanford, thank you for the session. Do you guys offer office training? Yes, we offer customized office trainings, or you could even pick one of our courses and we can train your team. Margaret is asking, please take note of Margaret. She's asking, how much do you charge a group of 25 people for 1 hour? We need to know what it is that you want to cover, Margaret. So allow us to get in touch with you. Timothy, great insight. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I need to release you so that you have your dinner. We're so happy with one another, and I hope that you, for those who are able to introduce themselves, I hope and pray that you got a customer. Now, whether you get a customer is based on how well you articulate your story and how you connect, okay? Thank you. Have a good night.